What a start to the season it has been from Barcelona. They will head into the international break top of the table in La Liga. It's been a 100% start for Hansi Flick's men, winning all of their opening games and head and shoulders above the rest so far when it comes to the chasing pack. There had been the doubts about them coming into the season, but there are no doubts right now. And this is with registration issues, with signing problems, and also with players getting injured early in the season. Luis, it's hard not to get excited about what we've seen from Barcelona so far.
Yeah, totally true, because we want to keep calm and see that there is going to be a long season once the Champions League is back with the Copa del Rey, rotations, the injury of Moreno. You just mentioned, it's incredible that this Barcelona side, with all the sound, the noise that is around the team, not into the pitch, they have managed to keep it tight, to keep it close, to make a small family all together and to prove it and get the results. Today it wasn't not only about the results. The first 3 games we saw a good Barcelona by periods, but today overall was a fantastic 90 minutes performance. The goals, the way that this Barcelona played, the combinations, the link up between the players from the middle into the front, but also the players who came into the second half were really, really impressive. A younger in the centre back, also Eric Garcia playing as a holding midfielder. There is an opportunity maybe he can get. Casado, he got involved also into the game for 60, 70 minutes in replacement of Bernard. I think this is a very good, well-trained team, and it's been just in a short time, so expectations were not actually very high. We needed to wait to see what Hansi Flick was going to do, but he's playing well, he's looking good, and the results are there. So I think it's been a fantastic start for Barcelona.
Raphinha is looking very good, and a hat-trick today just to top it all off.
Absolutely, and Raphinha, it's actually only part of the conversation and only part of the story of Barcelona. And he was playing on the right-hand side, looking to cut to the inside. Now Lamine Yamal appears in the picture and obviously says, yeah, this position on the right-hand side is mine. And so Raphinha has to look within himself and say, okay, where can I play in this team? Where can I make myself useful? And what he has done is finding that space between the left-hand side and drifting inside. And in finding that space, he's actually found himself a position in which he has been explosive, he has been dynamic, he has been able to combine, and he has found a final touch. The productivity from Raphinha has been outstanding, the performances have been outstanding, but the performance and productivity from Barcelona as a whole has been outstanding. I tell you, this was a backside whooping. A whooping like we haven't seen Barcelona give a team in a long, long time. Go back to last season. Teams like Valladolid wasn't in La Liga, but teams in that sort of level, in the lower tier of La Liga, were giving Barcelona issues, big issues. They were losing points to this sort of teams. We haven't seen this sort of performance from Barcelona in a long, long time. So if you're a Barcelona fan and you wanted reasons to get excited, because while you're playing well and you're outstanding and you're winning games and you're scoring goals, the other team, Real Madrid, they're struggling. They can't score goals. They don't have rhythm. They don't have structure. You do. The last thing that Barcelona wanted was to have a stoppage, to have a FIFA international break, because they're flying, other teams are not.
So tell me, is it reason to reassess this season going forward with what we've seen from Real Madrid start and what we've seen from Barcelona?
I think the expectations have to change dramatically, at least for those of us on the outside. You watch Barcelona play like this, if they're able to sustain it, then of course we can reassess. But we need to see that sustainability and we need to see that consistency. So far, so good from Barcelona. I cannot tell you how impressed I was about today's performance. And of course, you can talk about Valladolid, how bad they were. But this is the same Valladolid team that made it also very difficult for Real Madrid last weekend. And so, look, we look for competition. We look for things that we can compare between the two teams because they're always compared to each other. Barcelona completely dominant against the same Valladolid team, and Real Madrid struggled for a long time against the same club. If you look at things from that sort of angle, you're looking at Barcelona and saying, man, they may be for real.
Now, I know, Luis, you've picked Barcelona to win the title this season before a ball was even kicked in La Liga. Is it going to be as close as some would have thought between Real Madrid and Barcelona this year?
I hope it is. I mean, after what we've seen, I'm not assure you for 100% that it will be like this, but it looks like it's going to be. Of course, everything can change. There is a long season, and Atletico Madrid is going to be there. I'm sure of that. I know that Real Madrid is going to be back. They got fantastic players, and they will get back to good results and to better football. Not fantastic football, because we haven't seen Real Madrid playing fantastic football quite a while. So they got these periods of they look like the impossible team to beat. But I'm sure that it's going to be very tight. And, well, that's good for us because we enjoy. We don't want to see Real Madrid just cruising and not having any competition. We saw last year Girona getting closer, but they was the only team because Barcelona couldn't manage to keep the pace. So, yeah, I would love to see 3 teams at least fighting. And if we can see someone else, I would love to see a 4-team race, a 4 competition race for the La Liga. It will be fantastic. Again, I put also Villarreal on the top 4. I like what I've seen so far from them, so hopefully they can keep that consistency too.
Shaka, who did you have winning the title and who have you got right now?
I had Real Madrid winning the title, and I'm going to just about stick with Real. Listen, I think while Barcelona have been good, Real Madrid by their standards have been disappointing. I think Real Madrid only get better. I will say at the same time though, this start that we saw from Barcelona, I did not expect. Even when the fixtures were made available, you do not think Barcelona go 4 games in 100% at this point. Not only do you not think that, you don't. If we wanted to, we could sit here and talk for half an hour about Raphinha with his hat-trick. If we decided not to, we could talk about Robert Lewandowski and how much like his old self he started to look. If we decided not to, we could talk about Dani Olmo. We could talk about Lamine Yamal. It was so good. Barcelona were that good going forward. We could talk about Pedri and Casado in midfield and how good both of them look. Just about the only department we can't wax lyrical about is the defense, because there was absolutely no need. Because they just looked so comfortable. And granted, it's very delayed, but that's the opponent. Barcelona just looked so comfortable throughout, and at no point, even in the season before last, where they won the league, I don't think they'd look this comfortable. And so it's a great sign to see. It's something I did not expect. And long may it continue, at the very least, that we have a real race on.
Who have you got right now?
I'm kind of in Shaka's camp. I had Real Madrid, and I'm going to stick with it. I mean, if you think of all the things we're talking about now, it's the complete opposite of what we were saying at the start of the season. Everything that we've just said, we were talking about, this is what Real Madrid's going to do. Real Madrid this, Real Madrid that, Barcelona. How's it going to be, the new coach coming in? It's going to take some bedding in. My goodness. I mean, this Barcelona side is as fluid as it's been for years. I mean, you talk about the man on the ball has so many options. You know, you highlighted that Lamine Yamal pass, but he had 3 other passes on as well. And that's exactly the opposite of Real Madrid. They, going forward, aren't making any options. They're not making opportunities, and they're certainly not scoring goals. So far, in terms of comparing these two, they've flip-flopped big time.
Okay, well, Lamine Yamal, you guys have all been mentioning him. Didn't have a goal today, but was brilliant in his stats so far this season. Thanks so much for being with us, Luis. This is definitely a day you can go and enjoy one of those famous sangrias. Yes, Lamine Yamal, look at these stats for him in his last 16 games. And by the way, just a reminder, he's only 17 himself. 16 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, 3 goals and 11 assists. And on top of all of that, a goal contribution in 8 straight games. These are big boy numbers for Lamine Yamal at 17 years old at Barcelona.